Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will with Exposing the IWC, and we're talking King and Queen of the Ring today. Good show yesterday. I thought it was. I thought it was a good show. I'm not complaining. It was a 5-match show with one pre-show match, which is the perfect balance. We have another PLE tonight, or not PLE, I'm sorry, a pay-per-view tonight that's going how long? 10 matches deep on the freaking AEW Double or Nothing show. That's going to be long, all right? It's going to be long. It's going to be 2 matches for the pre-show and 10 on the actual show. That's long. I'm good with the 5, okay? 5 to 6, perfect balance. You let the matches breathe. You have interviews, post-match interviews. Let the match breathe. Let the characters have their moments, not these freaking marathon 10 to 12 matches like they're doing tonight. Will I be watching? Probably. So this is how I watch AEW PLEs or pay-per-views, however you want to say it. This is how I watch it. I put it in the background. I put it on in the background. I'm probably on my laptop. I'm probably listening to a podcast or I'm doing something, but it's on the background. Whenever a match that I care about pops up, I'll tune in. But for the most part, it's just white noise in the background that I'm not really paying attention to because it's so goddamn long. If I sit there and try to pay attention for 4 to 5 hours, I'm getting tired. So just it's on the TV. I'm not really dialed in until a match pops up. Tonight, I'll be interested in the Mercedes Moné Willow match. I'll be interested to see what happens with maybe Swerve. I'll watch that just to see how the main event goes down. I'll watch Will Ospreay, see what the crazy nonsense he does. But besides that, I'm really not that thrilled about the show. But again, it'll be on. Okay, it'll be on in the background. Yeah, the Mercedes Moné match is the big one. I'm curious to see how they book that because I'm convinced that Chris Statlander will probably turn on Willow. But enough about AEW for now. But yeah, yesterday was a good show. I enjoyed it. 1 p.m. perfect time. 5 matches deep. We're gonna be talking about all the matches that happened, what went down. A lot of story happened because for me, when it comes to pay-per-views that are predictable, when we think the PLE is predictable in terms of matches, you have to have story beats that carry on to make the show interesting. Because if you know all the results, if everything is predictable, you have to lace it with story. So, oh, okay, I knew she was gonna win, but I didn't see that happen. I didn't see that story beat happening. So now I'm looking forward to Raw and SmackDown to see what happens next. In this case, we had one match that was, well, Liv Morgan versus Becky. I thought Becky Lynch was going to win. By the time the match started, I knew Liv Morgan was going to win because of what happened in the pre-show with Dominic Mysterio. But again, that's like a story beat that told what was going to happen. But ultimately, it was fine because although I knew it was going to happen, it was like 50-50 whether Becky was going to win or Liv Morgan was going to win. Whether they're going to pull the trigger, we didn't know. But yeah, there were some story beats that happened in the show. But ultimately, it was just good wrestling where the outcome was predictable. But we'll talk about it here in a second. Saudi crowd, a lot of people were worried about Saudi crowd. They're saying, oh, Saudi crowd's going to be bad. They were good. This was the best Saudi crowd we've gotten. Now, I don't know if there's a difference between the Jeddah city, because Crown Jewel, I think, sucks a lot of the time, right? But Crown Jewel is not in Jeddah. This show was in Jeddah, which is 9 hours away from Rabai. I can't remember the city that Crown Jewel's in. It's wherever the WWE experience is at. That show, that arena or location, WWE experience, whatever city that is, that's where Crown Jewel is. I think that city sucks, but Jeddah yesterday was good. I think Jeddah's fine. The other city in Saudi Arabia is kind of like, I didn't like how they treated Bianca and Io last time, but again, focus on yesterday. Good crowd. They're loud. They're loud for the women. They're loud for the men. It was a hype crowd. I think the crowds are trying to, the international crowds are trying to they've been seeing what happens with France and they're kind of like carrying on that energy. A lot of the stuff that happened in the France show, The other crowds are trying to recreate, which is good because France set the bar. Nobody's going to touch that. Everybody's trying to like show what they can do for the most part. So Saudi crowd was great in Jeddah. I'm not going to complain about that. So good wrestling. There wasn't a bad match on the show. They're either good or above, I thought. So that's what you can do when you can focus on 5 matches on the main show. You have your top producers come together. All right, guys, you do that match, you do that match, you do that match. Focus, make it good. Let the matches breathe. Tell a story instead of having them overbooked with all these other matches, 10, 12 matches. Then now you're spread thin, and now the matches aren't that good. We can focus in on 5 matches with story beats and good wrestling, well produced, well laid out. You can have a good show that ends around 3 hours. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what City David. Exactly, that one. That crowd is kind of quiet for the women. I don't know if it's a difference. Maybe this year will be different, but we'll see how it is. But Jeddah, they killed it yesterday. All right, so this show. Do me a favor. Give me your ranking for this show. I will give it I'll put it in the chat too. I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10, maybe even. I thought it was a pretty good show. Matches were good. Storylines made sense. There wasn't a stinker on the show. Nothing was bad. Everything was well laid out. I'll give it an 8.5. 8. What else we got here? That was a good show. I'm not complaining one bit. 8 for 8. 7 for Pedro. Okay. Bro. Should have returned. Oh, Bo. We'll talk about that. I feel like a lot of people are jumping the gun on good old. I'm ready for them to show up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for the freaking Uncle Howdy and them show up. They did not tell us it was gonna happen. They never said, "Oh, this is the date, folks." There wasn't even hinted that it would show up today. They've been putting teasers in every damn show: SmackDown, Raw, PLEs, even a little bit of NXT. So we were expecting some type of teaser, but to say that we're gonna get them for sure, like they're gonna show up tonight, the 6 of them or the 5 of them, no. I'm guessing probably Clash to the Castle or the Raw after Clash, but I wasn't expecting them to show up for whatever reason. I just wasn't expecting it. 9, 7.5. Oh, you moved it up, Pedro, I see. Yeah, it was a good show. I wasn't complaining. I thought it was good. So let's start talking about what happened. That deliver soon. Yes, that deliver soon. Yes, within the next month. Within the next month, I think we'll see Uncle Howdy and the crew. So I'm guessing June. We'll see it in June. So, the pre-show. Let's start with the pre-show. So, on Friday, Bianca and Jade were talking backstage because Bianca took a L to Nia Jax, which I saw coming. And Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae walked up to talk some shit. Now, some people thought that this match was random. I beg to differ because we saw what happened on the first week of the Queen of the Ring, where Bianca's knee was taken out by Indi Hartwell and then Candice LeRae. They caused a knee injury. So it's kind of like a full circle moment there because Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell were antagonizing Bianca Belair and saying, "Hey, we caused the injury. We did that. So the story was kind of like a full circle for Bianca Belair. They caused the injury. They're the reason why you suffered through the entire tournament, and now you're getting paid back by facing them in this PLE pre-show. So it makes sense to me. It all came full circle. Was it the best storytelling? Was it the most intriguing thing? No, but it made sense for if you want to have Bianca and Jade on the show, you put them on the pre-show. It makes sense. Now, does Bianca and Jade, the stars that they are, should they be on the pre-show? No, they should not be on the pre-show. But the match made sense. Okay. The match happening makes sense. We can talk about pre-show versus show, whatever, but I understand it. They caused Bianca Belair's injury. It all makes sense to wrap up this whole story, to wrap up the Queen of the Ring experience for Bianca. This match made sense to happen because Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae caused the damn injury. So it makes sense. Now, it was a typical match. You know, Bianca Belair, she didn't start. Jade started, which makes sense. Jade tagged in Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair went toe-to-toe for a little bit. Ultimately, they started attacking the knee. Bianca Belair gets overwhelmed, like always. These matches have the same kind of formula so far with Bianca and Jade, the tag team. Bianca gets in there. She gets overwhelmed. Hot tag for Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill runs in there. She mixed it up a little bit. Then she started taking some licks herself. Then she tags Bianca in, and the match ends like a minute or two later. They have a very cool finisher. No KOD, no Jade today. It was a very cool, or yesterday. It was a very cool finisher. It's the DDT into like a wheelbarrow suplex where Bianca kicks up. It's awesome looking. Great finisher for the tag team. Jade Cargill go for a freaking kip up. Bianca said, "Get out of here." That was hilarious. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see Bianca Belair pushing Jade Cargill out the way? That was hysterical. Like, girl, I'm trying to win this match. I don't know what you're doing. But it was a good showing for the two. Yeah, but when Jade went for that kick up, I don't think the picture has it. But Jade Cargill goes for a kip up after doing the wheelbarrow suplex thing. And Bianca pushes her mid kip up to get out the way to get the pin. It was hilarious. People were saying, "Oh, that's the start of the feud." When they start feuding, we'll know when it happened because Bianca pushed her in the middle of her kip up. Here's the thing, okay? In terms of match psychology, Bianca did the right thing, right? Bianca is going for the pin. When you hit the finisher, you go for the pin. That's immediately so the person doesn't recover. She did a proper thing in terms of match psychology. Jade Cargill went for the kip up to showboat. Bianca's urgency to make the pin was the right call. She should be rushing to make the pin. And Jade Cargill was in the way, so it's like, move. It'd be kind of weird to wait for her to do the kip up. All right, move aside, let me get the pin. She could have, but Bianca being the ring general that she is, her ring psychology, she knows when the finisher happens, you rush to the pin. That's how it is. So she had to push Jade Cargill out of the way. And it was hilarious. She hugged her afterward. Like, sorry. It was hysterical though. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. Jade Cargill she finished it off the suplex. She goes for the kip up. Bianca mid kip up says move. And she kind of like hits the ground. It was great. That was great. But yeah, good match. Candice LeRae, Indi Hartwell. Indi Hartwell was freaking having a blast out there. She was freaking taunting like crazy. She was taunting Bianca. She's doing her pigtail twirling. Indi Hartwell is embracing the heel role very well. She's loving it. I'm glad she's having a blast with the heel stuff these days. Indi Hartwell is not my favorite in the ring. So for Indi, she has to like really turn on the character stuff, for me to enjoy her because she's not great in the ring. So if she can really like be funny, be like charismatic, really hone in on that character work, then she's gonna be fine. And I think she's doing well with this role with Candice LeRae. This heel role, I think she's doing fine. So keep her in the tag team, let her cook here. But yeah, it was a good match. Bianca Belair is great as well, always, How long will this tag team go? I said on Twitter, like, thank you, Triple H, for giving me a month of Bianca Belair being in a singles run. I loved every match. Loved it. How long will this tag team go? I don't know. I believe Bianca and Jade need to transition to the Monday Night Raw for a couple reasons. One, tag team division is thriving over there more so than SmackDown. You got the Unholy Union. You got Shayna and Zoe Stark. You got the Life of the Party. You got Ivy Nile and Maxine. And you got Damage Control, whether that be Kyrie and Dakota or Asuka coming back eventually. There's more women over there. We know Shayna and Zoe are number one contenders. So I'm hoping that going forward, we're going to see Bianca and Jade on Raw a little bit more because they can do that, right? Now that the tournament is over, it makes sense for them to be back on Raw now for those tag titles. And also it makes sense for her to be on Raw, her and Jade, because Becky Lynch is rumored to be taking a break. And if Becky Lynch goes on a break, your top babyface is now Lyra Valkyria, and that's pretty much it. So you need some babyface energy. You need some babyface presence on Raw. So it makes sense for Bianca and Jade to go to Raw more often. That way you have more babyfaces on the show to present to the crowd. So you have Lyra, you have Bianca and Jade over there. They can have some singles matches. They can mix it up a little bit over there. So smart to have them on Raw going forward, especially if Becky is going on break, So expect Bianca and Jade to be on Raw a little bit more. Honestly, I think the way I think about it is Piper Niven is now in a program with Bayley. So you're not going to have Piper Niven and Chelsea Green mixing up with Bianca and Jade. So if that's the case, it makes sense for the Raw to be their main home for now. Really, yeah, it should be Raw, because SmackDown only has Piper and Chelsea, and they're in a they're mixing up with Bayley right now. So yeah, they should be on Raw. Let's see. I feel Raquel could be a top babyface on Raw. Yeah, she could, but we don't know her condition. We can't. I don't know. I would love for her to show up on Monday night, but we just don't know what's happening with her. I'm hoping for the best with Raquel Rodriguez. But yeah, I think it makes sense for Bianca and Jade to spend more time on Raw going forward, simply because of the tag team division, you know. So yeah, good match, solid match, pre-show match. Bianca and Jade should not be on the pre-show going forward. They should be on the actual show going forward. But I thought it was good. I'm not complaining about it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to the next match. Unless you guys have something to say. Wonder how Triple H avoids Bianca and Jade from feuding down the line. They could trade one to the other show. They could trade. Or they can have the split be... Because here's the thing. Once they split, they're both going to be chasing singles. So they're going to be a crossover there. So unless you send one to another show, they ultimately have to start feuding in some way because they're both going for the same title, you know? Will Charlotte Flair change things up? Will Charlotte Flair's presence... Her presence will change things up for sure. Yeah, it'd be weird. Maybe they trade somebody over. I don't know. Something needs to happen because it's gonna be weird if they're both gunning for Bayley or Nia Jax, depending on who's champion, you know. But let's move on to the next match, which was probably the match of the night for me. Actually, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't. Liv versus Becky. All right, Becky versus Liv. Liv versus Becky. It was not the match of the night, but it was a good match. I thought that this was good match. So I thought that Becky was going to win. That was my initial thought process. And then Dominic Mysterio popped up in a pre-show, and I said, "Oh, it's over, folks. Liv Morgan stands, get excited, because there's no way in hell Liv Morgan is not winning at this point." Once Dominic Mysterio revealed himself to show up there, he's going to get involved. And if Dom is getting involved, guess what? He's going to help his new girl, Liv Morgan, not Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has never lost to Liv Morgan. I repeat, Becky Lynch has never lost to Liv Morgan. So why are you interfering in a match? She's never won. It's never happened before. Every time Liv Morgan has faced Becky Lynch, she lost. So why would you get involved? You should stay out of it and let history repeat itself. He got involved because he wanted Liv Morgan, his new bae, to win. And that's what happened. They had a plan to throw the damn chair in the ring. She's going to take advantage of the chair and then win. And that's what happened. A good match. We had, let me go show some pictures here. The beauty of having pictures ready to go. So this was a good match. Becky Lynch came out with a damn tuxedo. I don't know how I felt about this get up, but I get what she's going for. It's like a tuxedo look. It's cool. It's fine. Not my favorite, but I'm not. What do I know? I'm not a fashionista. Okay, solid match. I mean, solid uniform here. Solid gear. She came out here. Liv Morgan looking like freaking Britney Spears. She came out here looking like Britney. She wore a similar get up at the Chamber. I thought it was the same thing, but it wasn't. So this was a good match, hard hitting. The crowd was into it, which I loved. Liv Morgan was embracing that heel role here. Crowd was into it. They were trading submissions. There was a point when Becky Lynch went for a little her rope leg drop, and Liv Morgan hit a beautiful, clean code breaker. Good stuff. They were trading submissions. I think I have it here. There was a point where they were trading submissions. Liv Morgan was smiling the entire time, it looked like. She was having a blast out there. Drop kicks. Both of them hit drop kicks. Inshigiri. Yeah, here's the Rings of Saturn from Liv Morgan. So they're all trading submissions out there. Good stuff from them both. Ultimately, Dom came out there. Once Becky Lynch put her in the disarmor, that's when Dom came out there. There's a code breaker. Suplex from the top. Yeah, they were cooking. Look at Dom. Dom's out there. You can't see in this image from this picture, but Dom was already out there. Dom slides in the chair. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? It's over for Becky Lynch. So now Liv Morgan wins, right? So let's talk about the finish. She DDTs her right on the chair, hits a freaking what's her finish? The Oblivion, and won the damn title. Liv Morgan is champ. Hoorah, right? Now, don't Liv Morgan fans, don't you feel silly? You guys were crying and upset when I told you it would have been stupid for Liv Morgan to win the title in that damn Battle Royal. Becky Lynch has suffered from that Battle Royal win. It's not believable. Like every time I see Becky Lynch, something's off. I'm like, why is this off? Her holding that belt is off. Why? Why is it off? And I realized, oh, I know why. Because she won that damn Battle Royal. It didn't feel earned. Her championship did not feel earned. Liv Morgan would have been screwed had she won that Battle Royal. It was all planned from the beginning for Liv Morgan to beat Becky Lynch. I've been saying it forever. Now, did I think it was going to happen today or yesterday? No, I thought it was going to happen a little bit down the line. This result tells me that they have a date for Rhea Ripley's return, I think. I think they know the severity of Rhea Ripley's injury, and I think they know when she's going to come back, or they at least have a rough estimate, so they're ready to pull the trigger here now. Or the other possibility is Becky Lynch is not going to return. She has not signed her contract, or she wants to go on a vacation. Either way, I think they have an end game for Rhea Ripley's return. So I think Rhea Ripley will return probably before SummerSlam. I think right now in my mind, the SummerSlam match is Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. That's the match. That's the match. Rhea versus Liv at SummerSlam is the match, I think. Good visuals here. Becky Lynch looking like all disappointed and sad that she lost. She put Liv Morgan over. Liv Morgan gets her first, even though it's not clean, Liv Morgan gets her first win against Becky Lynch. And Becky contract. Yeah, her contract ends next week. Her existing contract ends. I think she extended it. I think she extended her contract. Now she's going on a break. After she lost here, she said backstage that she had a rematch clause in her contract, which is interesting because I thought they did away with that. So in kayfabe, she had a rematch clause. I believe they may be writing her off. If we get a rematch immediately on Raw, something's going to happen where Becky Lynch gets injured or Liv Morgan takes her out. She's going to take her out the same way. And now that I think about it, in real time, it may be a thing where she takes Becky Lynch out the same way Becky Lynch, the same way she took out Rhea Ripley. She takes out Rhea Ripley, then she takes out Becky Lynch the same way. So it's almost like I'm taking these women out, you know? And that's the storyline. I took out Rhea and I took out Becky, you know? This is my time, you know? I can see that happening. They may not even have a match because Liv Morgan takes Becky Lynch out backstage the same way she took out Rhea Ripley. But this time it's a kayfabe injury, not a real injury. It's kayfabe. I can see Becky Lynch being taken out and going on a vacation. And now you need some baby faces. So now you need to elevate Lyra Valkyria like they've been doing. You need to bring Bianca and Jade over from Raw to have some babyface energy, you know. But we'll see what happens on Raw. I'm very intrigued what will happen because she wants a rematch immediately. Do they push it back to Clash of the Castle? Do they do Liv Morgan? Do they do Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch at Clash? It's possible. Right now, my guess, Liv Morgan will not be on that card. Bayley did not defend here. She did not defend here at all. So Bayley will defend against Piper Niven at Clash. And I think Liv Morgan will be off the show. So no Becky Lynch on a Clash, which is kind of crazy because you would think that Becky Lynch would want to have a match at Clash of the Castle. But I think she may be going on vacation. No Liv Morgan or defense at all. No Liv Morgan on Clash of the Castle. I don't think. If it's not Becky, I don't think so. Do they run it back? If you do Lyra versus Liv right away, I don't know about that. Because remember, Triple H likes to do 5 to 6 matches, right? 5 to 6 matches. Are you gonna have Drew versus the Priest? You're gonna have probably Bianca and Jade versus the Unholy Union, right? When you put Alba Fire and Isla Dawn on that show, okay. You're gonna have Bayley match. Then what? That's 3 matches right there. I don't know. Are you gonna have the tag team, one of the men's tag teams on there? Maybe. Probably one of the men's tag team will defend there. Maybe you do New Catch Republic defense there. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to have 2 women's world titles on that show. Do you put Cody Rhodes on that show? I'm gonna put Cody everywhere. Do you deprive the UK of Cody Rhodes? Do you deprive them, or does Scotland get to see? Do they get to see Cody Rhodes? I don't know. Randy versus Gunther? Possible. It's gonna be tough. That's all I think. It's gonna be tough. Nothing will happen for damage control. WWE will keep burying the faction. They're not being buried. Not yet. They're not being buried right now. They're not. Chad versus Sami. Oh yeah, that's another one. Unless you want to save that for freaking Money in the Bank, because they're gonna be in Canada for Money in the Bank, right? Right? Money in the Bank, Canada, right? I think so. Money in the Bank is in Canada. I'm pretty sure. You can correct me on that. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I think right now I'm leaning towards no defense for at Clash of the Castle for Liv Morgan, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you. So I'm leaning toward no match for Liv Morgan right now at Clash. But we'll see. We'll see how things shake out. Do you want to put does Logan Paul want to because Logan Paul did not defend his US title. Does he defend his title at Clash of the Castle? Maybe. We'll see how it works out. But Liv Morgan wins. Becky Lynch puts her over. The Liv Morgan fans are ecstatic. It shouldn't have been mad to begin with because this was always going to happen. Liv Morgan was always going to win. It was just a matter of time. All right. Now I think Becky Lynch takes a break. But good match. Good match. Let's move on to the next one, which is the match of the night. Triple threat match. My favorite matches are triple threat matches for sure. They get so creative. We have 3 men or women that can cook in the ring, well produced, with that innovation, that creativity in the ring. Is always my favorite stuff, man. It's always so good. Match of the night for me was this, for sure. I mean, you had, first of all, Chad Gable goes out there with freaking Otis and Maxine, and he has Maxine go to the back. Like, go back. I don't want you out here, because he doesn't trust her to do what he tells her to do. So he sent her to the back, which is kind of funny. Otis comes out there to help his good old buddy, Bronson Reed. You got Sami Zayn. Good freaking match, man. So much cooking in the ring, so much innovation. I love the creativity of a triple threat match. I think that three men or women is a perfect amount. The perfect amount of people in the ring to get creative. Those spots, man. I just love triple threats. No DQ, anything goes. It's my favorite type of match, honestly. It really is. They were cooking. They were cooking in this ring. Let me tell you. Let me make this slightly bigger. Let me see. Slightly bigger. Or let me just move it. Oh, it's not working. Let me adjust this quick. I'll make it fit. A bit better. There we go. It's a little better. Not really, but a little better. All right, yeah, but I just loved what they were doing here. So many good spots. You had Chad Gable. Oh, this is crazy. The double freaking ankle lock here. I love triple threats. Use such chance. Yeah, Chad Gable did get a use such chance. They figured out the timing for his intro music to hit him with the use suck chance. which is great. He's really embracing that Kurt Angle style booking. Yeah, I loved it. So much good stuff here. Go to the next one. Now I knew that Bronson Reed was going to get pinned because the next match is going to be Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable 1-on-1. So they have to preserve that feud. So I knew that Bronson Reed was going to take the pin. So many good spots. This is the craziest spot right here. The German suplex to freaking Bronson Reed while he was holding Sami Zayn. Awesome stuff. Now, Otis, so here's a story beat, because we knew Sami Zayn was going to retain, right? So beyond Sami Zayn retaining, which was obvious, beyond Bronson Reed taking a pin, they added a story beat, and that was Otis. You have a picture here? I'm just curious. Yeah, Otis getting involved here. So Otis could, poor Bronson Reed, Otis can bring himself to hit Bronson Reed, but he can't bring himself to hit Sami Zayn, which is kind of funny. So Chad Gable is yelling at Otis here, telling him, hey, do what I told you to do. Take out freaking Sami Zayn. And Otis could not do it. So he had to slap Otis, and that kind of woke him up, right? And Otis went for the clothesline on Sami Zayn, but he accidentally hit his buddy here, Chad Gable. That leads to Sami Zayn taking advantage, going into the ring, hitting the Luva kick on Bronson Reed, and hitting him with the 1-2-3. Sami Zayn wins. Here it is. Hit his buddy. Good story beat here. This will play out later on Raw. I'm assuming now that he screwed him over, or screwed him over accidentally, he's going to now ditch Alpha Academy for the Creed brothers, which I really want to see. We're gonna get freaking Chad Gable and the Creeds as a heel team, and then Chad Gable will beat Sami Zayn down the line. But we have to see that group get together first, come together. They're going to win the tag titles, and he's going to win the Intercontinental title. All three of them will hold gold. It's going to be glorious. I cannot wait for the Creeds to join up with Chad Gable. Can't happen soon enough for me. Can't happen soon enough. I love it. But again, very match of the night. They all cooked in the ring. Here's the realization. Oh my God, I fucked up. I hit my buddy here. Otis, I wonder if, I think he's going to get kicked out. I thought that Otis was going to turn on him tonight. He didn't really turn on him. He just hit him by accident. But so maybe he just kicks him out and he joins with the Creeds rather than Otis turning on him. Either way, just move on to Creeds. That's what I want to see. Sami Zayn gets that big win. I think Maxine will stay with Otis, David, for sure. I think it'll be the Alpha Academy without Chad Gable will be interesting to see how they book that. I think they'll be feuding with Team Gable. Maybe we'll get Tozawa and Otis against the Creeds, which will be a mismatch, but we'll probably see that match. Ultimately, I think Otis and Maxine will get their payback in some way or fashion on Chad Gable. How that will come, I don't know. But they will get some form of a payback. Chad will get his comeuppance, We just don't know how. Raw will be interesting with Alpha Academy. Yep, I agree. When will Sami Zayn lose that title to Chad Gable? Maybe SummerSlam. That's probably a safe bet. SummerSlam is when Sami will lose that belt, because I don't think he'll lose it in Canada. A big win for Sami Zayn, Big win for him. And a good match. Match of the night. They all cooked. Triple threat matches are always good when it's well produced and well put together. I loved it. Match of the night. Here's a question. What was your match of the night? Do you agree with me, or was it something else? I thought that was the match of the night for sure. But maybe you disagree. Match of the night, folks. What say you? Definitely triple threat. Yeah, agreed. They cooked. It was absolutely amazing, fast-paced, intricate, free-flowing. Nothing was slow, creative. I don't know who booked that. I think Jamie Noble. I think Noble freaking produced that match. Great. Triple threat between Cody, and between Cody and Logan. Yeah, it was a hell of a showing. Loved it. Perfect. Loved it. Next match is Nia Jax and good old Lyra Valkyria. Now, Lyra Valkyria. So, I thought 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now, I thought it was possible that Lyra could win this match. But once I saw Nia Jax beat Bianca clean, and then once I saw how it went down, that like Jade, Cargill, and Bianca kind of moved on to the tag match with Indi, Hartwell, and Candice LeRae. So Jade's not gonna get involved here. No Jade, no interference. Nia Jax has to win. She has to win, and she did. It was a good match, good showing. The Bird Lady tried to pick up Nia Jax a couple times. First of all, this entrance, Lyra Valkyria looked like $1 million. She looked like a superstar, I thought. Look at this look. She looked amazing. They really presented her like a star, which is huge for her. I thought she looked great. She looked good coming out there. She looked good in the ring. But ultimately, she could not lift up Nia Jax, and Nia Jax was too much for her, and rightfully so. You can't have Nia Jax beat Bianca Belair and then lose to Lyra Valkyria. Just doesn't make sense. Good match, though. I loved it. Crowd was into it. Again, the crowd was hot. Nia Jax is a heat magnet. They were booing Nia Jax. It was great. Lyra Valkyria is very good in the ring. Good in the ring. Nia Jax doing great work. Best work of her career. So many flowers got to go to Nia Jax. Yeah, she looked amazing. She really did. She looked spectacular here. She really did. With the wings, even the way she actually flapped her wings with the smoke. She looked amazing, like a real raven. Insecurity, Samoan drop. It was funny when Nia Jax dropped on the apron. My hole, great. She stomped. This was a good spot here when she stomped Nia Jax. That was she goes for the freaking nothing but net. We see Carmella do. We see Becky Lynch do this as well. That leg drop off the top rope. She landed that. Apparently, this was her finisher back in the day. This top rope leg drop was her finisher. The nothing but net that Carmella does was her finisher, which is awesome. This spot here, my goodness, what a spot! She goes for the powerbomb, which was a mistake. Nia Jax drops her with the Annihilator. Boom! What a finish! People were talking about, oh, this is unsafe. Like, shut up. They know what they're doing out there. Lyra was fine. Oh, they're going to break a rib. People are just dumb. Like, they're not going to break a rib from that, okay? As long as you displace your weight properly when you fall, she's fine. She was fine. There's no broken ribs or any type of internal bleeding or any whatever stupid shit the IWC was saying, okay? It was a brutal finish. It looked amazing. They know what they're doing, okay? Spoiler alert, Nia Jax is not that heavy, okay? Freaking, she used to be heavier. And freaking Natalya put her on her shoulder, okay? She's not that heavy. She really isn't. It's deceptive, okay? She's not that big, really. She's actually slimmed down. She was bigger before. Great, awesome spot. Lyra looked great. Nia Jax looked great. And I'm happy to see that Nia Jax is getting her flowers. She's getting her flowers. She deserves it for sure. She got emotional in there. She broke character for a bit. She got it back together. So good. She deserves this spot. I'm happy she had this run. I'm happy she beat Bianca. I'm happy she beat Jade. I'm happy she beat Naomi and won this. You're building her back up for the big SummerSlam spot. Now, there's some people who believe that Nia Jax is going to win against Bayley. They think Nia Jax will beat Bayley for the title at SummerSlam. I disagree. I love what Nia Jax is doing. She's been more entertaining than Bayley for me. I'm enjoying her more than Bayley right now. But I think Bayley needs a big signature win for her title reign. And if she doesn't have this one here, This is a great visual, by the way. Great visual here. If she doesn't get this title win against Nia Jax, she will not have a signature win. I believe SummerSlam will be Bayley's big signature win. Then after that, anything goes. Anything is possible after that. But for this show, put the crown on Nia Jax, you go to SummerSlam, and I think Bayley gets that big moment for her title reign to have any type of substance, for her title reign to have any type of importance. She needs a Nia Jax win, a powerful Nia Jax. Now, because of this moment, we can expect for Nia Jax to be protected a long time. So the folks who are expecting to see Bianca Belair to hit a KOD anytime soon on Nia Jax, that's not happening. She's going to get protected all the way to SummerSlam. So the next time we see Bianca versus Nia will be after SummerSlam. Then Bianca Belair can hit that KOD later down the line, later on this year. But they're going to keep her super strong all the way to SummerSlam. And I think that's when Bayley will have her big moment to shine with that win. Bayley will beat Nia, yep, at SummerSlam, I agree. Then she's going to get cashed in afterwards. That can happen. Once the match ends, it's all up in the air. Whether it's the Money in the Bank cash in, whether it's a next PLE, all I'm saying is she will beat Nia Jax in that moment. After that, her reign is in danger. But I think Triple H will give her this. He will give her that big one match. It's Nia, I think. We're great for Nia. She deserves every bit of it. Bayley called her a big idiot on Twitter. You big old idiot? That's her favorite word. Idiot? Idiot? Nia gets a rematch at Berlin. Yeah, I can see that. Once she loses to Bayley, then Bayley's title reign is in danger. After SummerSlam, it's all up in the air. Who knows? I think Dakota Kai can win Money in the Bank. I think so as well. That could be crazy. Can you remember? Think about that storytelling. Bayley last year ran down to the ring with Io Sky and cashed in on Bianca Belair. She helped Io Sky cash in. Now imagine Dakota Kai running down to the ring with Io and then cashing in on Bayley. That full circle moment at SummerSlam. A lot of Damage Control's biggest moments happen at SummerSlam. They return at SummerSlam. They cashed in on Bianca at SummerSlam. Now imagine Dakota Kai winning the Money in the Bank and then cashing in on Bayley at SummerSlam. Full circle again with Damage Control. I could see it. I love Dakota Kai. Another person, just like how Nia Jax has been doing great work, Dakota Kai has been doing great work. So when are we going to reward Dakota Kai? She's been doing great. Let's reward Dakota. I say. That's just me, okay? Maybe, I know it's Tiffy time. I love Tiffany Stratton. You guys know that. Look at my damn header here. You see Bianca, you see Rhea, you see Tiffany Stratton. I love Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time here, okay? But I think you can wait for Tiffy time and put the Money in the Bank on Dakota for now. And then later on, she catches in on Bayley. And then maybe next year you get to Tiffany. Tiffany is young. She has plenty of time in the game, okay? That's all I'm saying. Plenty of time for Tiffany. It will be Tiffy time for 10 years, okay? We can wait. Because Damage Control is not done yet. I believe ultimately Damage Control will not be done until we get the OG triple threat match. Once Io Sky and Dakota Kai have their beef, we're going to get that OG triple threat Dakota, Io, Bayley match. And then it'll be over. But until that happens, until we get the OG triple threat match, it's all in play. It's not over yet. They did move to Raw, but once you win Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank can float. Same thing with the women's tag titles. When you have the Money in the Bank, you can pop up on NXT, you can pop up on Raw or SmackDown. That gives you the license to pop up anywhere. So if Dakota Kai wins Money in the Bank, then she can pop up anywhere she wants to pop up, you know? Charlotte Flair is going to be after SummerSlam down the line. Do you do Charlotte Flair versus Bayley? Do you do Charlotte Flair against Bianca or Jade? I'm going to put Charlotte Flair aside. It's hard to fit her in right now. Let's see what happens later on. Let's see how the landscape is later on, and then we'll kind of fit into Charlotte Flair later on. But trying to fit her into my mind and like for later on booking, it's gonna be kind of tough. So let's wait and see how things play out before we try to fit Charlotte Flair in there. That's what I say. But good match. Lovely finish. Fantastic finish. And I'm happy for Nia Jax. She got emotional. Now right back into character. Big time pro. I loved it. Great stuff for Nia Jax. She deserves it. Now let's get the other Samoan, Dakota Kai, her due. Okay. Let's move on to the next match, which was Gunther against Randy. Randy Orton took this long, sweet time come out there, which is fine. He's enjoying the fans singing his intro. I can't blame him. Good intro, good song. The crowd loves to do it. Like I said before, the Lyon crowd in France have started a trend, and a lot of fans are trying to mimic it. So now they're singing his song, which is great for Randy. He's a legend. He's reached legend status. So they can sing a song. Gunther came out there. Lovely stuff for Gunther. He took his entrance put Randy's entrance put Roman Reigns to shame. It was a long entrance. It was longer than a damn women's tag match. His entrance. He took his time. I don't hate it. Yeah. Took his time. The match started. Very physical. Randy Orton is one of the best sellers in the game. He's great at selling. He's amazing at selling. Great in-ring psychology. Great in-ring general. Randy Orton just killing it, man. Great stuff from Randy. We've been wanting to see this. First-time matches. Triple H has been giving us these first-time matches, which have been great. Hard-hitting, slapping the chest like always. Lovely stuff. It was a battle. Randy Orton was showing it on his face. Great emotion, great selling. Just always in pain the entire match. Just constant pain. They protected him with the left knee injury. The same left knee injury as Bianca Belair. So they're not getting that creative with the angles here. Bianca Belair had a left knee injury. Randy Orton had the left knee injury. Same situation. But Randy Orton got to the final. So Randy's dealing with a knee pain. He's dealing with chest pain, back pain. He's going through it. And they were just killing each other the entire time. I knew they were going to protect Randy with the knee. And that's what they did. Gunther kicked out of the damn RKO. So he showed him, just to show you how strong they're booking Gunther, he kicked out of the RKO. So that just goes to show you how strong they're booking Gunther these days. Gunther is going to be champion. Here you see him attacking the knee. Good ring psychology. Again, going after that knee. And Gunther wins. They didn't show the pin, but he wins. So they didn't show the pin because the pin was controversial. So if you ask me, I think it was kind of intentional. Why? Because the second it happened, Corey Graves. So if you know what happened, Randy Orton goes for the RKO. Hits him with the RKO. Go for the pin. And Randy, before he goes for the pin, he goes for the pin. And then Gunther kicks out by attacking Randy's leg. He slaps his leg. That what makes Randy kind of loosen up. And he rolls him over for the pin. But Randy's shoulder was off the mat. It was clearly off the mat. Now, Corey Graves addressed it right away. That's what makes me think that it was kind of intentional. Because the second it happened, Corey Graves said, I'm going to need to see that angle again. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at that again. He addressed it immediately. So it made me think that he knew. So I think this might have been intentional. They wanted to protect him with the pin and protect him with the knee injury. Randy was slow. Charlotte was going to be on SmackDown anyways. Yep. Yeah, I think they wanted to protect him for sure, but I think the shoulder thing was intentional. I can't prove it. I'm not sure, but I think it was intentional. Like no way to prove it, but I think it was because Corey Graves he addressed it right away. So that tells me that it was intentional, but the right person won. Gunther won the damn King of the Ring. So now you have a King of the Ring heel on Raw and a Queen of the Ring heel on SmackDown. Perfectly balanced, makes sense, logical, straightforward. Yeah, I think it was a great match. Well, not great, very good match. Now we get the rematch down the road because Triple H said that he saw that his shoulder was off the mat, but he said the ref's decision is final, ref's discretion. But later on, we'll get a rematch. We may get a rematch at Clash of the Castle or sometime down the road. But for right now, Gunther is king in the ring, and there's nothing Randy can do about it. The ref's decision is final, which is the right thing to say. It's the right way to go. If it's intentional, we'll see where they try to pay this off. Where? The ref wasn't paying attention. I'm hoping with storyline. Because it kind of sucked. That's how the match was supposed to end, but they just didn't get it down. You would think two pros like that would figure it out. So that's why I'm hoping it was intentional. I don't want to say that they made a mistake or they botched the ending, No botches here for Randy and Gunther, okay? They're too good. No botches. Let's assume it was intentional. But Gunther cannot put that crown on his small head. Head is too small, I'm guessing. So he just held it like a trophy, which is perfectly fine. Good match for these two. And yeah, now we got Gunther having a SummerSlam match. So what do you guys think? Does Gunther face Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest at SummerSlam? Or someone else? What do you think? I think Gunther, I'm not sure, but I want to see what you guys think. Who does he face? Does he face Gunther? No, he can't face himself. Does he face Priest or Drew at SummerSlam? Damian? Right. That's true. You want Drew against Punk. So do you book Drew to get screwed again in his home country? Do you book CM Punk to screw over that crowd? Because that crowd is going to be really with Drew. Damian Priest is walking into enemy territory. Enemy territory for Damian Priest. Do you book CM Punk to get booed by helping Damian? You get a hell of a reaction. It'd be bold. Because last time we saw Clash of Castle with Drew, he lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Roman in that big Clash of Castle match. Does he lose again now in his own home country? It's a good story, but does it happen? I don't know. Gunther's winning regardless. Sure, probably, but you still want to know the match. Right now, I'm gonna guess it's Drew against Gunther. I'm gonna guess that for now. Even though I know that Drew needs to face CM Punk ultimately, he has a title shot here. It's a good problem to have. You have three good wrestlers: Gunther, Priest, Drew. And you got CM Punk kind of in the wings, so a lot of good possibilities in terms of story. Maybe we'll do a lot of hot tagging, maybe the belt will kind of hop around instead of having long title reigns with the World Heavyweight Championship. It'll be go to a lot of hands here. It'll be hot potato with the title, maybe. That'll be different from what they're doing with Cody Rhodes. If the title is really moving around, if they do that where the title is being played with hot potato, that works fine. We'll see how it goes though. Drew versus Punk will be a trilogy. I can see that. Hopefully, yeah. I can see that. But yeah, it could go either way. I'm not mad either way. But again, good match. All these matches were good or great. And then for the final match, it was Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. How long is Seth going to be out? Who knows? He had a bad knee injury. He's gonna be out for a while. A bad knee injury. We don't know. And then we have this last match here, which is Cody and Logan going head to head. This was pretty much how I expected it to go. Two good athletes, good wrestling. Brass Knuckles got involved here. Of course, you knew that was going to happen. You knew that good old Logan Paul was going to get those brass knucks. We had a celebrity guest announcer here, which is fine. Logan Paul looked great in this match. Cody went for the Cody Cutter on the table. There was some ref bumps. The ref didn't know the rules because there's a point where Logan Paul was on the outs. He was out of the ring, and he went to count him out. And Logan Paul was like, no, don't count him out. Let me know, don't count him out. You can't ignore the ref's rules. The ref should have counted him out. You can't have somebody say, no, don't follow the rules, ref. Don't follow the rules. Don't count him out. I want to win the right way. Well, that's the case. You can do that all the time. If Cody Rhodes hit Logan Paul with a chair, he said, don't call the DQ, ref. Don't call it. Like, what do you mean? The rules are Logan Paul was out of the ring. Should have counted it. That was kind of silly. But good match, good high flying match. I loved Logan Paul going for that freaking frog splash on the table. That was great. His buddy from Prime giving him the brass knucks. We knew that was going to come into play. He used it to great effect. We saw the Cody cutter on the table. Logan Paul wanted to fight freaking Michael Cole, which is hilarious. Wanted to fight him straight up. Because Logan Paul disappointed him by going for the brass knucks again. Like, Logan Paul, you're an idiot. You freaking promised you weren't going to use it. And freaking, what's his face? Corey Graves had to get in between them. He was going after Michael Cole, which is hilarious. But yeah, I forgot he went for the freaking figure 4 leg lock here. How long was the match? Like, I want to say like 25 minutes. Let's see. How long was this match? King of the Ring. How long? This match was 24 minutes. It was the longest match. The shortest match was Bianca and Jade, of course. So 24 minutes. Like, I got it pretty close. That's 25 minutes. It's 24 and change. It felt like 25 minutes. That's how I felt. So, the vertebreaker. So he goes for the vertebreaker, which was previously banned. Triple H is allowing these wrestlers to use some of these banned moves on special occasions. So on the special PLEs, we see certain moves that were banned, like the Brain Buster we saw. I see the vertebreaker here. So he kind of like letting loose on the big time dangerous moves that can potentially cause harm. For special occasions, under guidance with professionals, you can do it. So Brain Buster, vertebreaker. I wonder when we'll see a power driver on like a big PLE. It's coming. He's allowing them to cook and use the banned moves on the big shows. So we're going to get more of this. The finish was kind of meh. I agree with you, Pedro. We'll talk about that in a second. We had the beautiful 360 drone shot. Thought that was cool. Here's the freaking Cody cutter on the table. Here's a drone shot. See the drone? You see the drone right here? Top there. 360 drone shot was very cool. Hit the frog splash on Cody Rhodes. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Look at that. Oh, they have the entire sequence. Look, check this out. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, then that's in there. But you get the message. Cool spot from Logan Paul. Great work. Go for another frog splash in the ring. Cody Rhodes kicks out of it. Here's a ref bump, which just looks hilarious here. Hilarious ref bump. Vertebreaker here, he hit it. Logan Paul counted it before, but he hit the vertebreaker here. Low blow and everything after the ref bump. So this is probably my least favorite part. This right here. I don't think this match needed a celebrity interference at all. It did not need to happen. But I get it. This match is kind of like a showcase match for like Saudi Arabia. It's like a gimmick match, not gimmick, but it's like a spectacle. Logan versus Cody Rhodes got the interference from the damn comedian celebrity. Not to be taken that seriously. Kind of goofy. This is probably my least favorite part of the show. I don't think Cody Rhodes needed help from the celebrity. I don't think he needed that. Would have been fine without it. but it's fine. I get it. It's fine. I'm not going to complain. But this is my least favorite part of the show. Yeah, this is unnecessary. Didn't need it. Did not need it. It felt weird. Felt out of place a little bit there. He hated the celebrity hated Logan Paul. Unnecessary. Logan Paul got caught with the brass knucks. He hits the 3 Cody Cutters in a row. Gets that dub. Cody Rhodes retains. Good main event. Thought it was really good. Not as good as a triple threat, but very good match, I thought. Another really good match. Another very good Cody Rhodes display here. Good stuff. Saudi Nightmare. Saudi Nightmare. Not the American Nightmare, but the Saudi Nightmare. And that's how the show ended. Good PLE, folks. Oh yeah, I forgot to say it. Cody Rhodes said, I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch. Before he hit Logan Paul with the triple Cody not Cody Cutter, but the Crossroads. Before he hit him with the Crossroads, he said, I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch, which was funny. Okay. But again, I just not love that freaking celebrity interference. Didn't love it. But a good show. Good freaking show, folks. I thought. Good show. What does it mean for the future? What does it mean for the future, folks? It means, again, we don't know what the hell's going on with Becky Lynch. Is Becky Lynch going to freaking retire? No. I think she signed a contract, but with Seth being out, Seth is with her daughter, I'm assuming. I don't think her daughter's on the road, because why would she be on the road? We have Seth home. So I think she's going to take a break, go home after Raw. We'll know. If she has a match on Raw against Liv Morgan, we'll know. She's being written off, I think. Either backstage attack, or she'll lose and Liv Morgan will beat her up. Ultimately, I think Becky Lynch is going to get written off if we do it on Raw. Now, if we do it on a Clash of the Castle, then I understand it. You're going to drag the storyline to Clash of the Castle. But I think that they have an idea of when Rhea Ripley will return. So they're ready to pull the trigger on Liv Morgan, which is why they did that. And we'll see where it goes. I am excited for the Liv Morgan heel run with the championship. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys excited? That's a question. Are you guys excited for Liv Morgan's heel run? I'm curious because I'm excited. Because I think the storyline, I think they have it worked out now. They have a plan of what they want to do with the Judgment Day and Dominic and Priest and Finn. I think it's all going to tie into Liv Morgan's revenge tour. Definitely excited. Good. That's a damn good question, David. Once Becky Lynch takes a break, what is Liv Morgan's challengers? Lyra. Do you want to bring up Ivy Nile? Not bring up, but you want to elevate Ivy Nile a bit, maybe? But it's really Lyra. That's all it really is. Assuming Becky Lynch takes a break, the babyface scene in the singles division, like you bring Bianca and Jade over, but the babyface division for the women in singles is tough. Pretty much just Lyra and Ivy Nile, but she's technically in a tag team too with Maxine. It's going to be rough. Maybe there'll be a trade. Because no Tegan Nox is on SmackDown. Mia Yim is on SmackDown. Natalya is on SmackDown? Yeah, Natalya's on SmackDown. Zoe could do it, but she's gonna right now she has a tag match with Shayna Baszler against Bianca and Jade scheduled. But after that, you could do Io Sky versus not Io Sky, but Zoe Stark against Liv Morgan. You could do that. You could have Io Sky maybe turn face. I don't think so right now because Io Sky hates Lyra. I thought that maybe Raquel will make a return. Maybe we'll get Raquel. Hopefully, I'm hoping for Raquel. She's been out for a while. I'd love her to come back. Sonya is on Raw, but she's not. I don't want to see her. She's a heel. I see her as a heel character. No, Natalya's on SmackDown. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Somebody tell me, am I wrong? I thought Natalya was on SmackDown. Let's see. A 1, a 2, a 3. WWE draft. What happened on the draft? Because I could have sworn it was good old SmackDown she got drafted to. Let's see. Oh, she's on Raw. Never mind. She's on Raw. He's on Raw. I forgot about that. Okay, it's Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox is on SmackDown. Okay. So you can do Natalya and Lyra. You can do so yeah, Natalya, Lyra, and that's pretty much it. I think Zoe Stark is in a tag team. So unless she splits and goes heel, those are two options. And I think Kiana James is also a heel who's working under Adam Pearce. So those are two, Natalya and Lyra. Can that buy you time until really? I think they can. Even though I thought Lyra would be feuding with Io Sky, because Io Sky says she'll get revenge on Lyra. Can that be your storyline? I think they'll be fine. They'll just drag it out. They'll have Io Sky against Lyra. They'll have Liv Morgan being. She'll be on the show, but she won't be like defending. They'll kind of be doing the same thing they criticized Rhea Ripley for. So you know how fans were upset with Rhea Ripley for not really defending her title? She's kind of in men's business. They may have Liv Morgan be in the Judgment Day business, you know? They may have her storyline take place outside of the ring. Kind of like what they did with Rhea Ripley. So no title defenses, but having story beats and character moments and stuff like that. And then wait for Rhea Ripley. But in terms of matches, Lyra and Natalya, that's it. They'll just drag it out. They'll probably use Bianca and Jade as cover. So Bianca and Jade will get more of a highlight, more of a push, more visibility on Raw to kind of like mask that Liv Morgan isn't really doing anything with her title in terms of title defenses. That's what I would probably do if I were them. That's what I would do. Zelina Vega is on I'm not going to pretend like I know for a fact because I wrong before. Zelina Vega is on. Where the hell is Zelina Vega name? She is. Let me search it. Where the hell is Zelina Vega? What the fuck? This list doesn't even have her name on there, does it? There it is. She's on Raw. She's on Raw too. Okay, never mind. You can do Zelina Vega, Natalya, and Lyra. Now, are those sexy? She's on Raw. Are those sexy matches? Zelina, Lyra now because they pushed her. But Zelina and Natalya, are those sexy matches? No. But you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Rhea defended against Zoe Stark. She defended against Natalya. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can have Liv Morgan feud against Natalya, Zelina, and Lyra until it's time. All filler. Yep, all filler feuds. Because we all know that the main course, the overarching narrative is Liv Morgan against Rhea Ripley. So until Rhea Ripley returns, gotta get a bunch of filler. Filler. These filler feuds. That's all it is. The main course is Rhea, Liv. Just like the main course now is Bayley, Nia Jax. What does that mean? Harper Niven, filler. Chelsea Green, filler. We all know what the main storyline is. So that's a blessing and a curse to know where we're going. We know we're going towards Bayley versus Nia Jax. So everything else that happens between that is filler. We know we're headed towards Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. So everything that happens between there is filler. We know we're heading towards Cody Rhodes and the bloodline, whether it be The Rock and Roman. So everything else that happens between then is filler. You know, we know what the main storyline is. So everything else is filler. That's how it is. But it can still be entertaining. You can still have character moments. You can still have character progression, character development. All that is still, there's no excuse. You still have progression from character point, from a storytelling point, from a character interaction, a character from a relationship dynamic. You can still have plenty of progression in that way, even though the storyline is filler. You can still have it. I think Bianca Belair and Jade, I think their tag team reign is going to be a lot of filler. For me, I talked about this in my last stream. For me, the Bianca Blade, I said it again. Why is that happening? Oh, because Jade Cargill, Bianca Blade, Jade. That's what's happening. Bianca Blade. It's happening like that because of Jade Cargill's name. I was wondering why the hell I'm doing Blade. Bianca Blade. Why? I know now, because of Jade Cargill's name. That's why I'm messing up. Okay. Bianca and Jade, not Blade, Bianca and Jade are going to be tagging against other teams. But for me, the story is between those two. Their dynamic, their relationship, and how that changes over the time. It's not about Shayna and Zoe Stark, that feud. It's not about the unholy union. It's not about freaking the life of the party. It's not about any of that. It's not about the damage control. It's about their relationship. That's what we need to pay attention to. That story beat. That story. How are they progressing as a relationship goes? How is their dynamic? Is it changing? Does Bianca get mad at Jade? Did Jade get mad at Bianca? Is there any tension? That's the story. Their relationship, not the matches, not the feuds. Their relationship solely is a story for me. I don't buy that we're going to get any type of interesting. Now, when it's time for them to break up, when it's time for them to lose, that's when the feud will be like a big deal. Like whoever that is. If it's a Nia Jax against if it's Nia Jax and Tiffany, that's how I predicted. I predicted that tag team will be a thing. You put tag teams belts on Nia and Tiffany, you reward them, give them shine, give them a championship. When it's time for them to lose and for them to have some friction, or for there to be a falling out, then you bring in the big guns to tell that story. But until then, filler for Bianca, filler for Jade, a bunch of filler. I don't love it. I'm happy that we got Bianca Blade. I said again, Bianca Blade, Bianca and Jade. Okay, that's why it's happening. Okay, Bianca Blade. I'm happy we got Bianca in a singles run. I'm happy about that because I don't think we're going to see it for a while. Well, we know how tag team builds work. We'll have a singles match between the tag teams. So maybe Bianca will face Zoe Stark. Maybe Shayna Baszler will face Jade. So we'll have singles matches for them, but it won't be a singles run. It'll be tag team wrestling for a while, where Bianca makes the hot tags to Jade Cargill. It is what it is. Can't complain about it. Well, I can, but I'll give it a rest a little bit. It is what it is. But Bianca and Jade, not Blade, Bianca and Jade will be on Raw. I would hope that makes the most sense. Liv Morgan will be Rhea lined up. Bayley, Nia Jax lined up. So Bianca and Jade will be kind of doing their own thing away from the titles, from the singles titles. So we'll see how it goes. Am I excited about it? Not really, but we'll see what happens. Yes, I hope they're on Raw tomorrow as well. Please, don't let Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark just sit there doing nothing. They won the number one contenders match. Now let them be on Raw. It'll be a good setup, especially if Bayley is going to be on SmackDown by herself. It'd be a good setup to have Bianca and Jade there when Becky goes on her break. Okay, assuming she goes on a break, it'd be good to have Bianca and Jade there. So let them be on Raw tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Let them be on Raw tomorrow. Makes the most sense. All right, guys, I'm going to open up for questions to you guys. I'm pretty much done. I said what I needed to say, I think. So maybe you guys ask a question that'll like jog my memory. But I think that's all I had. So what you guys got? What you guys got? It could be about King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring or SmackDown or Raw, or what do you think is going to happen? I'll leave it up to you. I said all I need to say. Io and Liv versus Lyra, a good filler match for Raw women? Yeah, that'd be a good filler match. Yeah, now that I think about it, that triple threat, Io, Lyra, Liv, you protect Liv Morgan by letting her cheat in a triple threat match? That could work. A good filler triple threat. I agree. Do you think Dom will betray Rhea to help Liv? Yes. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I believe they will drag out this storyline. So The idea is when Dominic Mysterio tried to help Becky Lynch and tried to give her a chair to use, right? Liv Morgan capitalized on his help, right? I believe that Dom and Liv Morgan are in cahoots, and Becky Lynch was duped, and Dominic Mysterio is actively helping Liv Morgan now. But he's trying to present it like he's not. It was an accident, right? But they've already had discussions. They've been talking. That was a part of the plan. Now, I think they'll drag this out until Rhea Ripley returns. They'll drag it out. So the entire time they'll be presenting it as Dominic Mysterio is trying to screw Liv Morgan, but not working, right? That'll be the ruse. And then ultimately, when Rhea returns, Dominic Mysterio will still be with Rhea, and then he will only interfere when he has to. All right. So I would not be surprised if even the first title defense that Rhea Ripley loses because Dominic Mysterio screwed up. Like Dom does something that causes Liv Morgan to get the advantage, and then Liv Morgan wins, but he'll still have the facade that, oh, my bad, I was trying to help you, right? He will only turn on Rhea when he has to. So let's say there's like a second match. Let's say the second match happens. It could be the first, but let's say it's the second match. Rhea Ripley hits a riptide, a big time riptide. If she hits the riptide on Liv Morgan, it's over, right? Hits the riptide. 1, 2, and then Dom will interfere at that point because there's no getting out of it. He'll like drag the ref out of the ring. And that'll be the big moment. Oh my God, he finally revealed himself. He had no choice. He has to interfere in that way. So the ruse is up. The jig is up now because Liv Morgan was going to lose. So he pulls the ref out of the ring, and that'll be the big moment. Like, what are you doing? Dom, what are you doing? And that's when Liv Morgan will capitalize, and then it'll be out in the open that, yes, I'm with Liv Morgan. But he will not pull the trigger until he has to. So as long as he doesn't have to, he'll keep the ruse. But once he has to interfere, because, like, again, Liv Morgan got pinned for the 1, 2, 3, that's when he'll jump in and be a surprise, it happened, you know. But that's how I see it. Riptide on Liv Morgan, go for the pin, 1, 2, drag the ref out. That'd be the big reveal. But it doesn't have to happen in the first match. It doesn't have to. They can drag it out to the second match. It's possible. That's even more like grimy and evil. You think about it? He's with Liv Morgan, but Rhea Ripley's back. And he's still with Rhea. That's especially if they're like boyfriend and girlfriend. That's the dynamic they have. Can you imagine? He's with Liv Morgan, but he's still like with the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley as her partner. That's despicable behavior. They can drag that out for a while. That's nasty behavior from Dom, but they could do that if they wanted to. But yeah, I think trilogy. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. It could go. Like I've been saying the entire time, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. A complete broken record. I've been saying that Triple H's end game is Rhea against Bianca Belair. That's his end game. That cannot happen next year, I don't think. Not in 41. Not at Mania 41. So what do you give Rhea Ripley? You give her a major storyline with Liv Morgan, which makes sense because she's going after Dom. She's probably going after the Judgment Day in some way. She's going after everything Rhea Ripley loves. So could they drag that out to Mania? They could. Like it or not, they could drag that out all the way to Mania. They could do it. You could have Liv Morgan keep cheating, and Rhea gets to the back of the line. Then Rhea Ripley wins the chamber because she won the Royal Rumble. But we know Triple H loves him some Rhea Ripley. He loves his daughter, right? So Rhea Ripley can win the chamber and then challenge, well, not challenge because she didn't win the Rumble, but she can win the chamber, then go after Liv Morgan and beat Liv Morgan at Mania. It could happen. They could drag it out. Have Rhea Ripley win the chamber, challenge Liv Morgan, and then that's the Mania match. Rhea finally gets her revenge, especially if Dominic Mysterio is constantly interfering. She has to beat up Dominic Mysterio. Imagine that babyface. She's going to be a massive babyface, right? Imagine that struggle going against the woman that ruined everything, took your man, and you're actually fighting against your man at the same time. So she's fending off against Liv Morgan and Dom at the same time. That's a decent Mania match. Liv Morgan as a heel with Dom in her corner, Dom interfering. She has to beat up Dom and then take out Liv Morgan. That's a legitimate Mania story. It could go all the way to Mania. In fact, right now, that's my prediction. I think Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley will go all the way to Mania. Do I love that? Maybe not. But I think it's possible that could go all the way to Mania. It could go. It's possible. That's a legitimate long-term story you could tell. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Rhea would have to win the chamber, though. That's all. And if Rhea wins the chamber, Jade will win Rumble, I think. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Jade will win the Royal Rumble. Rhea would win chamber. If you're going Rhea, Liv to Mania. That's the storyline. Jade, Rumble, Rhea, chamber. Bianca will probably face Charlotte Flair, okay? And if that's what you're wondering, what's going to happen with Bianca, they'll probably do Charlotte against Bianca again. They'll try it for the third straight year again. Who's going to win the Money in the Bank? Maybe Naomi, Tiffany, Dakota Kai. It's pretty unpredictable. They all could win. Those are probably my top three. Tiffany, Dakota, Naomi. Yeah, those are the three. I would love it for Dakota Kai because I think she's been doing great work. But those are my top three. I don't think Alexa Bliss will win it. Not Nikki Cross. Nothing from Uncle Howdy stuff. No Nikki Cross. No Alexa Bliss. So Dakota, Tiffany, Naomi. No Mia Yim. I don't think so. Not Mia Yim. Not Kyrie Sane. Those are my three. What NXT call-up do you think will have the better year? Lyra, Kiana, or Belair? Or yeah, Belair Davenport. Yeah, I almost read it as a Belair. Lyra. She's already off to a great start. She already had to jump on them already. So I'll go Lyra. I think she'll have the best position to do it. So, Kiana James is a assistant right now. Belair Davenport has not debuted yet. I think Lyra for sure have the best run for the women, for the call-ups. They may push. Oh, Lyra can Money in the Bank too. Don't forget about Lyra. She'll probably be the Money in the Bank probably. Lyra is an option for Money in the Bank. Do I think she'll win it? No, but she's an option. I would argue that they might push Lyra better than Tiffany this year. Potentially. If Tiffany doesn't win Money in the Bank, you could argue that Lyra might have a better push this year. We'll see. What else we got? Do you think it's possible that Jade could win the Rumble next year? Yes, I do. In fact, that's my betting favorite. The betting favorite is, think about it. The way they're booking Jade Cargill, the way they're booking her, do we think they're going to book her to lose the Rumble again, back to back? She finished top 3. She got double teamed and was eliminated by Liv Morgan, right? Do we think they're going to have her, the way she booked, she's going to fail for the second time? I don't know about that one, Chief. I think it's very possible that Jade Cargill will win the Rumble, this upcoming Rumble, 2025. I think she's my odds favorite, the odd maker's favorite, I think. Jade Cargill, Rumble, 2025. Whether you like it or not, Jade Cargill have her winning Rumble. Yep, that's my prediction. Jade Rumble. EO is the dark horse for Rumble. I would love that for EO. I would love it for her. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Unless, think about the story here. Who would she be facing? Dakota Kai? Bayley? I don't think so. I think it's more likely they do a triple threat match, non-title, of the Damage Control 03 than to have OG3, than to have her face somebody at the Winter Rumble. I love Dakota Kai, but I think Jade Cargill, the way she's being pushed, I just don't buy this. She's gonna get eliminated again. I don't buy it. Back-to-back Royal Rumbles. She's been booked like a god. You expect me to see her get back-to-back eliminations at Royal Rumble? I don't think so. I think Jade wins the Rumble next year. But EO's a dark horse, sure. But my top pick is Jade. Will Hell in a Cell happen this year? Will the Hell in a Cell happen this year? What's the feud? What's the feud? I'll probably say no. What's the blood feud that would happen? That's going to be a big moment. Whenever they decide to pull the trigger on the next Hell in a Cell, it'll be a big show, a big match. I don't know when that will be. I don't know what feud will warrant that right now. Maybe down the road, it'll be more obvious. But right now, I don't see it. Jade and Bianca could eliminate each other. That's possible. That would dictate a Bianca Jade match at the Mania, I think. And I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see Bianca and Jade next year. More likely to get Bianca versus Charlotte Flair, honestly. What's my War Games? Oh man, that's a good damn question. Do we do Damage Control again? Damage Control again? I can see Lyra, Becky. They want to get the stars in there. You would think they want to get the stars in there, you know? I don't know. I'm not gonna guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No clue. Damage Control against someone else, because Damage Control is what it's been. So they'll be facing probably Lyra, Becky if she comes back. But Lyra, Becky, and maybe the Unholy Union. Maybe Lyra, Becky, and Jade and Bianca. I don't love that. No Jade and Bianca. No Jade and Bianca. It'd be a raw PLE for the women. So Damage Control against Lyra, Becky, and Alba Fire and Alia Dawn. That's what I want to see. I don't think it will happen though. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a cross-brand thing. So last year was more a SmackDown thing. With Becky Becky was the only Raw superstar in last year's War Games. The only one was Becky. So I'm assuming it'll be story-driven again. So it'll have to be, unless you do Bianca, Jade, Bayley, someone else against Nia Jax, Tiffany, Piper, and Chelsea Green. That could work. If you want to change it up from the regular Damage Control stuff, that could work. Bianca, Jade, Bayley. Let's say Bayley and Bianca on the same page now. Naomi. So the big three and Bayley. That's it. The big three and Bayley. Bianca, Jade, Naomi, Bayley. There's your four. Against Tiffany, Nia Jax, Piper Niven, and Chelsea Green. That'll work. When do you think Seth Rollins will return? Depends on the severity of the injury. Probably around Royal Rumble or Survivor Series. Indi versus Charlotte at Mania 41. I think Bianca and Charlotte is more likely, but that could work too. I think Bianca and Charlotte is more likely, but that War Games is a good call. If you want to have Bianca and Jade still on good terms, then you do the big three and Bayley. That's perfect. Then the Bianca and Bayley will have that tension. So you want tension on the babyface side. It is provided by Bianca and Bayley. Can they get along? Can they coexist? And then they go up against Nia Jax, Tiffany, and probably Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Yeah, I like that. Keep Damage Control away from War Games this year. Let's have a non-Damage Control War Games this year, for love of God, okay? Let's not do that. Right. Richard, you got it. Big three and Bayley, Tiffany, Nia, Piper, Chelsea. Yep. Sounds good. I love that idea. I love it. All right, guys. That is it for this stream. Thanks for joining. Thanks so much. This was a good stream. Good show. 8.5 out of 10. I want to see on Raw what's going to happen with Becky. Becky, are you going on a break? Are you going on vacation? That's what's happening to you? I don't know. What else? Let's see how they present. Are they going to put a crown on Gunther? Are they going to get a crown that fits freaking head? I don't know. What else? Liv Morgan with the belts. Good promo from Liv Morgan, I hope. Let's see how she cuts a promo with the championship. Yeah, and more Judgment Day shenanigans on Raw. Bianca and Jade, please be on the show. Please, Bianca and Jade be on Raw. Confront Shayna and Zoe Stark. Let's try to make the tag team division interesting, please. Pretty pleased with Sugar on top. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Raw. And then, of course, the Alpha Academy stuff with Otis. How's it going to work out? He's going to kick them to the curb and bring in the Creeds, please. Ultimately, a lot of good stuff on Raw. Look, now that I think about it, a lot of good stuff for Raw. A lot of good stuff. Will Io Sky go after Lyra? Probably. Probably see a Io Sky Lyra confrontation because Io Sky said she's going to get her revenge on Lyra. A lot of stuff to look forward to. A lot of stuff. Sonya with what the hell is she talking about with freaking a good point, David. Sonya Deville was talking to Shayna and Zoe Stark. What's the story there? Is she gonna start some type of faction with them? What's the game plan here? What story do they have planned for Sonya Deville? That could be interesting. I think they're going to keep slow burning, slow playing the Kiana James stuff. I don't think that's going to kick in until later. Hopefully it's interesting. Hopefully it's compelling, but we don't know what's going to be for Kiana James. And yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to it. Raw, WWE is great right now. I'm loving it. Good stuff. Remember, if you want to watch the marathon tonight of Double or Nothing, you can watch that. I'm only interested in like one match, which is Mercedes Moné and Willow. And maybe the Ospreay match, see how that works. Maybe see how silly the Toni Storm match is, because her matches are pretty ridiculous. I'm pretty much down on Toni Storm right now. I'm down on her. We'll see how that works. See how they book Swerve. Will he be bleeding? Anything else? The other matches, I don't really care. 12 matches on the card, guys. 12 matches. 10 on the card, 2 pre-show. 12 is too damn much. These 5-hour PLEs, these 5-hour pay-per-views are too much. I'll be watching it in the background. I'll have it on the TV. We'll see if it's anything good. But remember, Double or Nothing, AEW. If that tickles your fancy, that's tonight as well. So you can check that out. But yeah, thanks guys so much. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. What's the last question? What if Dakota Kai wins Money in the Bank? Io Sky wins the Rumble. Dakota Kai walks out at Mania and champion, betrays Io. That's a story. That's a legitimate story. Io Sky wins Rumble, wants to face someone. I don't know who'd be champion by then. Could be Bayley or someone else. Then she cashes in on Io. That could start the Io Dakota Kai feud, which will lead to the triple threat match down the line. That will work. A good idea. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Peace. See you on Twitter. That's where I am all day anyway. Nothing better to do.